cerium and oxygen. Zugspitze, the highest mountain of Germany, located in the Alps on the border between Bavaria and Tyrol, Austria. Tugendreau, anxious behavior in migratory animals, especially in birds, experience at the beginning of the normal migration period. Zugzwang, a situation in which a player is forced to make a disadvantageous move. Zugzwang, plural of Zugzwang. Zugzwangs, plural of Zugzwang. Oh, a surname from German. Os, plural of Zulk. Hur, alternative form of die Hur. Urs, a city in Donetsk Oblast, Ukraine. Acronym of Zooming User Interface. Zuiquan, alternative spelling of Zuiquan. Zuiquan, drunken fist, drunken boxing. A resort in Suriname. Zoidma, surname. Zoidnes, plural of Zuidma. Zuiderzee, a common English spelling of Dutch Zuiderzee, before it became the IJS Samir. A municipality of South Holland, Netherlands. Hitsu, a Japanese literature genre consisting of loosely connected essays and fragmented ideas. Zwinglian, archaic form of Zwinglianism. Zwinglianism, archaic form of Zwinglianism. Zwinglians, plural of Zwinglian. Zwingli, Ulrich Zwingli, plural of Zuy. OSN, the American Widgeon. OSNs, plural of Zuisin. Swaism, Sumerian and Semitic neopaganism, modern revival of the Mesopotamian and Canaanite religions. Eres, relating to Swaism. Eretsut, alternative spelling of Zootsuit. Eretsut, plural of Zuitsut. A surname from Polish. The beginning. A surname, variant of Zucker. Zuckerberg, a surname from German. Zuckerman, a surname from German. Zuckerman, a surname from German. Dux, plural of Zoop. Duver, a surname. Duders, plural of Zucker. Zukowski, a surname from Polish. Zukowskis, plural of Zukowski. Vux, plural of Zuck. Zuckdemrur, an iron phosphide mineral found around the Dead Sea. Illof, a surname from German. Illos, plural of Illof. Oh, yeah. Alternative form of Jailby. Zolbia, alternative form of Zalabia. Zoa, one of the three stylized pillars often considered chess rooks in the canting arms of Frederick Nassau de Zylestein. Zolliger, a surname from German. Zolligers, plural of Zuliger. Zoleka, alternative form of Zoleka. Zoleka, a female given name from Arabic. Zoleka, alternative form of Zoleka. Zos, plural of Zul. Zoleta, a surname. Zelides, plural of Zilida. Zulgojense, a Chadic language of northern Cameroon, spoken by about 26,000 people. Zul-Aja, alternative form of Dhu al-Haja. Zultan, alternative form of Dhu al-Qada month of Islamic calendar. Thella, a surname from Italian. Thellos, plural of Zulu. Though, sin, wrongdoing, injustice. Zulkarnain, alternative spelling of Dhul-Qarnain. Zultanite, a gemstone that shifts from varying shades of green in sunlight to a pinkish brown in incandescent light. Member of an African ethnic group living mainly in the KwaZulu-Natal province in eastern South Africa. Zulu time, alternative letter case form of Zulu time. Zulu time, coordinated universal time. Zuluaga, a surname. Zuluagas, plural of Zuluaga. Zuludum, the realm or sphere of Zulu people. Zulda, a surname from Basque. Zoludus, plural of Zoluda. Zoluwise, non-Oxford British English Standard spelling of Zoluwise. Zoluwise, simple past and past participle of Zoluwise. Zoluwises, third person singular simple present indicative of Zoluwise. Zoluwising, present participle and gerund of Zoluwise. Zoluwise, to make Zulu, to adapt to the Zulu culture or language. Zoluwise, simple past and past participle of Zoluwise. Zoluwises, third person singular simple present indicative of Zoluwise. Zoluwising, present participle and gerund of Zoluwise. Zululand, a region of South Africa with a large Zulu population. Zululand zebra, synonym of Burchell's zebra. Zululand zebras, plural of Zululand zebra. Zululander, a native or inhabitant of Zululand. Zululanders, plural of Zululander. Zulunes, the quality or state of being Zulu. Zulus, plural of Zulu. Nama, alternative form of Sumat. Zuma, a surname. Zumaraga, a municipality of Samar, Philippines. Lemas, plural of Zuma. Zuma, alternative form of Sumat. Zumatic, a kind of psychic power. Language spoken in Cameroon.
Future Base, NSS, copyright free music.
Filipinos, your best singing to your international paycheck. Payday. It's one account.
Zoom. Jumbara, a municipality of Croatia. Dumbai, famous theater Aquillas Palmers, located in Brazil, South America. Zumbai Day, November 20, the day of Zumbai's celebration, usually only celebrated in Rio de Janeiro. Zambes, plural of Zumbai. Zamborak, dated form of Zamburak. Zamboraks, plural of Zamborak. Zamborak, alternative spelling of Zamburak. Zamboraks, plural of Zamborak. Zumbro, a river in Minnesota, United States, a tributary of Mississippi River. Zumindar, alternative form of Zamindar. Zumindars, plural of Zumindar. Thama, alternative form of Sumat. The, alternative form of Sumat. Dummo, a surname from Italian. Thummos, plural of Zummo. Dala, alternative form of Sumat. Zoomology, dated form of zoomology. Dumnum, a surname. Dumwalt, a name. Zumwalts, plural of Zumwalt. The pronunciation spelling on. Dhamana, the women's quarters in an Arab household, harem. Dhanana, plural of Zanana. Zundavasta, obsolete form of Zendavasta. Dundal, a surname. Undals, plural of Zundal. Dundert, a village and municipality of North Brabant, Netherlands. Dumgaria, alternative form of Dzungaria. Thumharia, alternative form of Dzungaria. Thumharian, alternative form of Dzungarian. Dunharian, plural of Zunharian. Thodi, of or pertaining to the Zuni people or their traditional language. Zoni, alternative spelling of Zuni. Zuni bluehead sucker, Catastomus gabolus gerovii, a North American fish with a slender fusiform body and subterminal mouth. Zuni bluehead suckers, plural of Zuni bluehead sucker. Zuni bowl, structure used to stabilize a hencat by means of rock-lined falls and plunge pools. Zuni bowls, plural of Zuni bowl. Zuni Pueblo, a census-designated place in McKinley County, New Mexico, United States. Zuni River, a right tributary of the Little Colorado in Arizona and New Mexico, United States. Zuni River, alternative spelling of Zuni River. Durnian, synonym of Zuni. Durnians, plural of Zunian. Zernia, a surname from Spanish in turn from Basque. Zernenas, plural of Zuniga. Odis, plural of Zuni. Zernias, plural of Zuni. Dunker, a surname. Thumgers, plural of Zunker. Dudau, a surname. Unos, plural of Zuno. Und, plural of Zun. Ure, a prefecture-level city of Guizhou, China. Dare, a fluorosilicate mineral of alumina occurring in tetrahedral crystals, chemical formula Al-C5OOHFCl. Zunzencito, Melasuba heleni, the bee hummingbird. Zunzencitos, plural Zunzencito. Duo, a surname. Duochen, a district of Tainan, Taiwan, formerly a rural township. Yuaquan, a county of Xinjiang, Shaanxi, China. Dos, plural of Zuo. Daing, a district of Kaohsiung, Taiwan. Dayan, a county of Dadong, Shaanxi, China. Zaoachen, alternative form of Zuochen. Alternative form of Sup, what's up, how are you? Ova, an administrative unit among various South Slavic peoples. Juba Dubrovachka, a municipality of Dubrovnik, Neretva, Croatia. Zupan, a surname. Zupanate, the territory administered by a Zupan. Zupanates, plural of Zupanate. Zupančić, a surname from Serbo-Croatian. Zupančić, plural of Zupančić. Županja, a city in Croatia. Zupans, plural of Zupan. Zubas, plural of Zupa. Zuve, a surname. Eva, any of various Italian soups. Dabba Toscana, a broad term for several Tuscan soups usually consisting of Italian sausage, rigatino, Italian bacon, kale, potatoes, onion, and other spices in broth, sometimes mixed with heavy cream. Rada, plural of zappa. Plural of zappa. Zappinger, a surname. Zappinger wheel, a kind of undershot water wheel with characteristic curved blades. Zappinger wheels, plural of Zappinger wheel. Zuranolone, a neurosteroid used to treat postpartum depression. Iravel, a surname. Zurowski, a surname. Zurowskis, plural of Zurowski. Zurich, a surname from Arabic. Zerbian, a Yemeni rice dish with meat, usually chicken or lamb, vegetable sauce, and spices. Zerbachen, a surname from German in turn from Atlantic German. Zercher, a surname. Zerchers, plural of Zercher. Verif, a surname from Arabic. A surname. Ders, plural of Zerg. Zerf, alternative form of Zerf. Erz, plural of Zerf. Very, a unisex given name from Swahili of modern African American usage. Zurich, the capital city of Zurich Canton, Switzerland, on Lake Zurich. Zurich, alternative form of Zurich Canton of Switzerland. Zurich number, synonym of wolf number of sunspots. Zurich numbers, plural of Zurich number. Zuricher, a native or inhabitant of Zurich. Zuricher, alternative form of Zuricher. Zurich. Zurichers, plural of Zuricher. Zurichers, plural of Zuricher. Zurita, a surname. Zuritas, plural of Zurita. Zurkane, a traditional Iranian gymnasium where Varzashi Bastani, the ancient sport, is practiced. Zurkanes, plural of Zurkane. Dara, alternative form of Zurna. Daras, plural of Zurla. Zurlite, a white or green Vesuvian mineral. Thera, alternative form of Zurna. Armas, plural of Derma. Der, a surname. Derna, a double reed outdoor wind instrument, usually accompanied by a davul-based drum in Anatolian folk music. Arnas, plural of Zurna. Is, plural of Zurn. Zura, a town in Dabao, Bays, Guangxi, China. Zuracapos, a Spanish drink similar to sangria of red wine and fruit. Zuracapotes, plural of Zuracapot. Zervanism, a now extinct branch of Zoroastrianism that had the divinity Zervan as its primordial creator deity. Zervanite, a follower of Zervanism. Zervanites, plural of Zervanite. Zui, a city in Kitagawa Prefecture, Japan. Auspis disease, a rare recurrent condition characterized by draining abscesses around the nipple. Zask's disease, synonym of Zuska's disease. Zuzmanai, a hydrated iron-rich silicate, found as a pale green crystal with perfect cleavage. Zuzmanites, plural of Zuzmanite. The ship of characters Zuko and Katara from the animated television series Avatar, The Last Airbender. Delo, a traditional rice wine brewed in Nagaland, a thick white beverage with a fruity aroma and sour taste. Datsun, a city in Gelderland, Netherlands. Zoetogel, obsolete form of Tzutogel. Zoetogels, plural of Zoetogel. Duvahel, obsolete form of Tzutogel. Zoetogels, plural of Zoetogel. Zuankara, a city in Mongolia. Uman, a city in Terv, Mongolia. Iloval, a region of Cape Colony corresponding to modern-day Albany, South Africa. Uvalt, alternative form of Zuavel. Zuwar, a city, the capital of Nukat al-Khams district, northwest Libya. But, an ancient Hebrew silver coin, 1/4 of a shekel. The alternative form of Zuz, ancient Hebrew coin. Plural of Zuzah. There is plural of Zuz. Zuzah lived in and east of the border between Bad and Moab, and were conquered by an ancient coalition of kings. Zuzite, the Zuzan people. Zuzites, plural of Zuzite. Other plural of Zaz. They are Anat, an agro town in Rahat-Rayan, Gomel Blast, Belarus. Duino, a small grassroots work group within Soviet collective arms. Daivanos, plural of Zivino. Daivania, plural of Zivino. Ziveni Worodka, a city and rayon of Cherkasy Oblast, Ukraine. Dairena, a surname from Czech. Dairata, village in Targash, Bulgaria. Zvezdagrad, synonym of Bakener. Zayvil, a city and rayon of Zhytomyr Oblast, Ukraine. Zhivane, a town in the province of Midland, Zimbabwe. Zvonomir, a male given name from the Slavic languages. Zvorstia, a commune of Suceava County, Romania. Zvijanite, a colorless mineral found in Russia. Zvijantsevai, a white opaque metallic mineral with the chemical formula PDPT-OPBSN. CW system, a system for characterizing the sex of certain animals, such as butterflies and Komodo dragons, in which males have 2 of the same kind of sex cells ZZ and females have 2 distinct sex cells CW. Zwanziger, an Austrian silver coin equivalent to 20 kreutzers. Zwanziger, plural of Zwanziger. Door, a surname. The Wortbulls, a sheep of a domestic breed originating in the Friesland region of the Netherlands, had a mostly dark fleece with white extremities and a white blaze on the face. The Wort Piet, a lac Peter. The Wort Waterland, a municipality of Overijssel, Netherlands. The Orts, plural of Zwart. The Wastica, a Z letter used by Russian nationalists, usually to support Vladimir Putin or the Russian invasion of Ukraine. The Wastikas, plural of Swastika. Declarational, pursued after evaluating its consequences and consideration of the various means to achieve it. Declarationality, technical rationality, rationality in accordance with organizational demands instead of moral demands. Recreationality, quality of being recreational. To being the Wavians, plural of Wabien. A surname from German. Zweifach, plural of Zweifach. Zweigelt, a red wine grape of a variety developed and most grown in Austria.
Zweigelt,
Plural of Zweigelt. Zweigern, of or relating to Austrian writer Stefan Zweig, 1881–1942. Zweihander, alternative form of Zweihander. Zweihander, a two-handed sword primarily of Renaissance Germany, up to a fathom in length, invented in the 14th century. Zweihanders, plural of Zweihander. Zweihanders, plural of Zweihander. Zweikanter, a type of pebble that has two curved faces formed by wind-blown sand. Zweikanters, plural of Zweikanter. Zweiluscheinen, a hamlet in Gundlischwand, Bern Canton, Switzerland. Zweisimmen, a municipality in Bern Canton, Switzerland. The Wurstspitz, synonym of Pomeranian dog breed. The Wurstspitze, plural of Wurstspitz. The Wurstspitzes, plural of Wurstspitz. The Wedau, a town in Austria. Tui, a surname. Twickau, a town and rural district of Saxony, Germany. De Wigger, a surname. De Wiggers, plural of Zwicker. Zwicks, plural of Zwick. Douai, a township in the Eastern Cape, South Africa. Douaipak, a form of rusk, usually sweet and bread enriched with eggs that is baked and then sliced and toasted until dry and crisp, considered easy to digest and therefore given to the ill and used as a teething food for toddlers. Zwiebachts, plural of Zwiebach. Zwiebelein, any of the series of 1,3 compounds attainable from the onion. Zwiebelans, plural of Zwiebelein. Zwieselite, a brown to black mineral containing manganese, iron, phosphorus, oxygen, and fluorine. Dwijndrecht, a municipality of South Holland, Netherlands. Dwelling, a surname from German. Dwellings, plural of Zwilling. Zwinger, a citadel or fortress, especially one that protects a city. Zwingers, plural of Zwinger. Zwingo, a city in Iowa, United States. Zwingli, a surname from Alemannic German, notably borne by Herbert Zwingli, a leader of the Reformation in Switzerland. Zwinglian, relating or referring to Zwingli, his beliefs, or his followers and adherents. Zwinglian, Zwinglian theology. Zwinglianists, synonym of Zwinglian. Zwinglianists, plural of Zwinglianists. Zwinglians, plural of Zwinglian. Zwischenschatz, Zwischenschatz, plural of Zwischenschatz. Zwischenschatz, a tactical move which interrupts the execution of the current plan. Plural of Zwischenschatz. Detergent, detergent. Detergents, plural of detergent. A molecule such as an amino acid that carries both a positive and a negative charge. Or pertaining to a serine. Ionization. Alternate form of serionization. Ionization. The process of creating as a ion. A polymer with positive and negative charges. OS. Plural of Swituyen. Swittermissen. A novel antibiotic present in the Bacterium Bacillus. Swittermissens. Plural of Swittermissen. CWA. Acronym of Zoroastrian. CWJ. Plural of CWJ. ZLMESB. Initialism of zero with non-making space. WMESB. Plural of ZWMESB. CWJ. Initialism zero with non-joiner non-printing error used to avoid ligates. CWNJ. Plural of CWNJ. The water. Duper. The one. A town in Soviet voivodeship, Poland. Name from Polish. Of Zwolinski. A city and capital of Overijssel province, Netherlands. Tabavirus. Of the genus of viruses of the Valley Malbiri. Tababine. A village in Vovchansk Armada, Chuhuarayan, Kharkiv Oblast, Ukraine, founded in 1600. Surname from Polish. That is, plural of zich. Didigo. A form of Louisiana Creole music characteristically performed by accordion and washboard bands that combines Canadian and Creole roots music with elements of African American music.
Alibi, FT, Elen, Bones,
Plural of zygote.
Copyright free
Zygus
music.
sing. A particular stereocoid. Iodine. Alternative. Sterile alkaloid. Zygodine. Alternative form of zygodine. Zygodines. Plural of zygodine. Zygodinine. An alkaloid obtained from Zygodinus intermedius. Zygodite. A variety of albite. Zygonid. Any member of the moth family Zygonidae. Zygonids. Plural of zygonid. Zygonine. Of or relating to the Zygoninae, a subfamily of moths. Zygonoid. A member of the superfamily Zygonoidea. Zygonoids. Plural of zygonoid. Zyo. Shaped like a yolk, or like the letter H. Zygentra. Plural of zygentrum. Zygentral. Relating to a zygentrum. Zygentrum. A depression on the back of a vertebrae into which the zygosphene fits. Zygapophyseal. Of or pertaining to the zygapophysis. Zygapophyses. Plural of zygapophysis. Zygopaphysio. Of or pertaining to zygapophysis. Zygapophysis. One of the articular processes of the vertebra of which there are usually 2 superior and 2 inferior. Zygona. Of or pertaining to moths in the family Zygonidae. Zygonids. Plural of zygonid. Zygentomen. Of or pertaining to the order Zygentoma, or to the primitive wingless insects in that order. Zygentomens. Plural of Zygentomen. An ancient people described by Strabo as a nation to the north of Colta. Zygon. A craniometric point at each end of the bizygomatic diameter. Digens. Plural of zygen. Digite. A rower of the Miltian in a trireme. Didites. Plural of zygite. Zedmat. A surname from Polish. Zygmants. Plural of Zygmunt. Zygnomaceous. Relating to, or characteristic of algae of the genus Zygnoma. Stigmatation. Any green alga of the family Stigmataceae. Stigmataceous. Belonging to Stigmataceae. Stigmatophycean. Any green alga of the class Stigmatophyceae. Stigmatophyceans. Plural of Stigmatophycean. Stigmatophyte. Stigmatophycean. Stigmatophytes. Plural of Stigmatophyte. Zygome. Directly involved or related. Zygo. Zygopophyseal. Alternative form of zygopophyseal. Zygopophyseal. Alternative form of zygopophyseal. Zygobulbid. Any extinct ostracod of the family Latin cross Zygobulbidae. Zygobranch. A zygobranchiate mollusk. Zygobranchiate. Of or pertaining to the zygobranchia. Zygobranchus. Of or pertaining to the zygobranchia. Zygobranchiate. Zygobranch. Plural of zygobranch. Zygocacti. Plural of zygocactus. Zygocactus. Any cactus in the genus Schlumbergera, previously Zygocactus. Zygocactus. Yolk-like and cardiac, applied to an ossicle of the stomach of some crustaceans. Zygocondyle. A paired condyle in the calcite skeleton of some brittle stars. Zygocondyles. Plural of zygocondyle. Zygodactyle. Having two toes pointing forward and two pointing backward. Zygodactylus. Zygodactyly. The zygodactylus birds, in a restricted sense, applied to a division of birds which includes the barbets, toucans, honeyguides, and other related birds. Zygodactyle. Alternative form of zygodactyle. Zygodactyles. Plural of zygodactyle. Zygodactylic. Alternative spelling of zygodactylus. Zygodactylism. Synonym of zygodactyly. Zygodactylus. Having two toes pointing forward and two toes pointing backward. Zygodactyles. Plural of zygodactyle. Zygodactyly. The condition of having two toes facing forward and two backward, as in some birds and chameleons. Zygodactyly. Obsolete spelling of zygodactyly. Zygodont. Having or relating to molar teeth whose cusps are paired. Zygophabogen. Synonym of harmon and indole alkaloid. Zygogenesis. Zygote formation. Zygogenetic. Relating to zygogenesis. Zygoid. Of or relating to a zygote or zygos. Diacrytic. Of a caecilian, having a skull with an oval tangent. Zygocryptid. Having a zygocryptid skull. Cydolith. A form of coccolithophore having an elliptical ring with arches. Zygoliths. Plural zygolith. Zygolobus. Of the prostomium, not demarcated from the peristome.
Copyright free
Zygology. The science of fastening things together. Zygoma. The cheekbone. Zygomas. Plural of zygoma. Zygomaceteric. Relating to the zygomatic bone and the masseter. Zygomata. Plural of zygoma. Zygomatic. Of relating to or located in the area of the zygomatic bone or zygomatic arch. Zygomatic arch. An arch formed by the zygomatic process of the temporal bone and the temporal process of the zygomatic bone. Zygomatic arches. Plural of zygomatic zygomatic arch. Zygomatic bone, the cheekbone. Zygomatic bones, plural of zygomatic bone. Zygomatic nerve, a branch of the maxillary nerve that divides into a facial branch supplying the skin of the prominent part of the cheek and a temporal branch supplying the skin of the anterior temporal region. Zygomatic nerves, plural of zygomatic nerve. Zygomatic process, a protrusion from the rest of the skull, most belonging to the zygomatic bone, but also contributed to by the frontal bone, maxilla, and pearl. Zygomatic processes, plural of zygomatic process. Zygomatic, with respect to the zygoma. Zygomatic, plural of zygomaticus. Zygomatic majors, plural of zygomaticus major. Zygomatic minors, plural of zygomaticus minor. Zygomatica, zygoma, zygomandibularis, alternative forms, zygomandibularis. Somatic, alternative form, zygomatic orbital, relating to the zygomatic arch in the orbit. Zygomatic alveolar, relating to the zygomatic bone and the alveolar. Zygomatic curricular, related to the zygomatic bone and zygomatic curricularis, a muscle located between the zygomatic arch and the ear. Zygomatic facial, relating to the zygomatic bone and face. Zygomatic facial foramen, a foramen in the zygomatic bone that gives passage to the zygomatic facial branch of the zygomatic nerve. Zygomatic facial foramina, plural of zygomatic facial foramen. Zygomatic facial nerve, a branch of the zygomatic nerve that supplies the skin of the prominent part of the cheek. Zygomatic facial nerves, plural of zygomatic facial nerve. Zygomatic frontal, relating to the zygomatic bone and frontal bone. Zygomatic, the cheek and cheekbone. Zygomatic mandibular, relating to the zygomatic mandibularis. Zygomatic mandibularis, plural of zygomatic mandibularis. Zygomatic mandibularis, a small muscle that attaches to the medial surface of the zygomatic arch. Zygomatic maxillary, relating to the zygomatic bone and maxilla. Zygomatic orbital, alternative form of zygomatic orbital. Zygomatic sphenoid, relating to the zygomatic bone and sphenoid bone. Zygomatic temporal, relating to the zygomatic arch and temporal bone. Zygomatic temporal foramen, a foramen in the zygomatic bone that gives passage to the zygomatic temporal branch of the zygomatic nerve. Zygomatic temporal foramen, plural of zygomatic foramen. Zygomatic temporal nerve, a branch of the zygomatic nerve that supplies the skin of the anterior temporal region. Zygomatic temporal nerves, plural of zygomatic temporal nerve. Zygomatic temporalis, a zygomatic temporal muscle. Zygomatics, plural of zygomatic. Zygomatica, the zygoma or cheekbone. Zygomaticus, one of several small subcutaneous facial muscles arising from or in relation with the zygomatic bone. Zygomaticus major, a slender band of muscle on each side of the face that arises from the zygomatic bone, inserts into the orbicularis oris and skin at the corner of the mouth, and acts to pull the corner of the mouth backward when smiling or laughing. Zygomaticus minor, a slender band of muscle on each side of interface that arises from the zygomatic bone inserts into the upper between major and later superior acts to raise the upper lip upward and laterally. Zygomaturine, a distinct marsupial of zygomaturine. Zygomaturines, plural of zygomaturine. Zygomaxillary, a craniometric point at the base of the suture between the zygomatic and maxillary bones. Zygomaxillaria, plural of zygomaxillary. Zygomaxillary, relating to the cheekbone and maxilla upper jawbone. Zygomectomy, removal or excision of the cheekbone. Zygomorph, any echinoderm in the family Zygomorphidae. Zygomorph, any zygomorphic plant. Zygomorphic, having bilateral symmetry. Zygomorphically, in a zygomorphic manner. Zygomorphism, bilateral symmetry in flowers. Zygomorphous, zygomorphic. Zygomorphs, plural of zygomorph. Zygomorphy, the quality of being zygomorphic. Zygomycete, an organism of the phylum Zygomycota. Zygomycetes, plural of zygomycete. Zygomystis, of or relating to the zygomycetes. Zygomycosis, plural of zygomycosis. Zygomycosis, an infection caused by bread mold fungi. Zygomycotin, any fungus of the division Zygomycota. Zygomycotins, plural of zygomycotin. Zygomycotic, of or pertaining to zygomycosis. Zygon, an affinity or connection in a piece of music between tones, chords, or phrases, such that one part appears to repeat, to imitate, or to derive from the other, especially when perceived as an organizing principle in the music, as a zygonic relationship. Zygoma, the zygotine stage of meiosis. Zygonura, a neuron that connects to other nerve cells. Zygonuras, plural of zygonura. Zygonuris, exhibiting or relating to zygonury. Zygonury, an exaggerated form of dialinury. Nigonic, of or relating to the theory that imitation is the ultimate organizing force in music. Zygons, plural of zygon. Zygoptalum, any of the genus Zygoptalum of South American orchids. Zygoptalums, plural of zygoptalum. Zygophore, specialized hyphal branch giving rise to isogamies that unite to produce a zygospore. Zygophores, plural of zygophore. Zygophoric, relating to a zygophore. Zygophyllaceous, of or relating to the families Zygophyllaceae of bean capers, caltrops, and related plants. Zygophyte, any plant of a formally proposed class or grand division zygophytes, zygophyta, or zygospore, in which reproduction consists in the union of two similar cells. Zygophytes, plural of zygophyte. Zygophytic, relating to zygophytes. Zygoplural, having bilateral symmetry. Zygoplurid, any member of the Zygopluridae. Zygoplurids, plural of zygoplurid. Zygopod, alternative form of zygopodium. Zygopodia, plural of zygopodium. Zygopodio, relating to zygopodia. Zygopodium, the ideana or tibiofibular portion of an ambient limb. Zygopods, plural of zygopod. Zygophyses, Plural of zygopophysis. Zygopophysis. One of the articular processes of the neural arch of a vertebra. Zygopteran. Any of various insects of the order Zygoptera, damselfly. Zygopterans. Plural of Zygopteran. Zygopterid. A member of the Zygopteridae, an extinct family of ferns with an order Osmanales having three-dimensional fronds with pinnae in 4 ranks and a rat size that is radially symmetrical in cross-section. Zygopterids. Plural of Zygopterid. Zygopterus. Belonging to the Zygoptera. Zygos. A zygote. Zygoses. Plural of zygosis. Zygosis. The union of gametes to form a zygote. Conjugation. Zygosities. Plural of zygosity. Zygosity. The quality or characteristics of a zygote. Zygosperm. A spore formed by the union of the contents of 2 similar cells, either of the same or of distinct individual plants. They are found in certain orders of algae and fungi. Zygosperms. Plural of zygosperm. Zygosphene. Reading zygosphene. Zygosphene. A meeting process on the front part of the neural arch of the vertebrae of most snakes and some lizards, which fits into a fossa called the zygantrum on the back part of the arch in front. Zygospenes. Plural of zygosphene. Zygosphere. A plant's gamete which can form a zygospore by uniting with a similar one. Zygospheres. Plural of zygosphere. Zygospondylus. Having paired spondyles. Zygosporamide. A cyclopeptide found in Zygosporium masonii. Zygosporangia. Plural of Zygosporangium. Zygosporangial. Relating to the Zygosporangium. Zygosporangium. A sporangium which produces a single zygospore. Zygospore. A zygosperm. Zygospores. Plural of zygospore. Zygosporic. Relating to a zygospore. Zygosynapophyseal. That joins or unites synapophyses. Zygotatic. Relating to zygotaxis. Zygothal. Pertaining to or connected with a zygote. Zygotaxis. The attraction of 2 zygospores. Zygote. A eukaryotic cell formed from the fusion of 2 gametes reproductive cells during a fertilization process. Zygote-like. Resembling or characteristic of a zygote. Zygotine. The intimate pairing of homologous chromosomes during the synaptic state of meiosis. Zygotines. Plural of zygotine. Zygotne. Related to zygotine. Plural of pertaining to or existing as a zygote. Zygotically. By means of, or in terms of, zygosis. Zygotoblast. An undeveloped sporozoan produced by multiple fission of a zygote. Zygotoblasts. Plural of zygotoblast. Zygotoid. The product of the union of gametoids. Analogous to a zygote. Zygotoids. Plural of zygotoid. Zygotomer. Sporoblasts. Zygotomers. Plural of zygotomer. Zygotospore. A zygotic spore of some red algae. Zygotospores. Plural of zygotospore. Zygozoospore. A spore formed by the union of several zoospores. Zygozoospores. Plural of zygozoospore. Diecate. A dull, soft, translucent grayish-white mineral consisting of arsenic, hydrogen, iron, sulfur, and oxygen. Zyklon B. A pesticide consisting of hydrocyanic acid absorbed on pellets of diatomaceous earth. When exposed to the air, hydrogen cyanide is released, used most infamously during the Nazi Holocaust in some gas chambers. Zyklon B. Alternative form of Zyklon B. Zyla. A surname from Polish. Zylas. Plural of Zyla. Xylazine. Misspelling of xylazine. Xylophyramine. A stimulant drug developed in the 1960s. Xylon. A synthetic polymer material, a range of thermoset liquid crystalline polyoxazole developed in the 1980s. Xylanite. Misspelling of xylanite. Xylanites. Plural of xylanite. Xylophone. Archaic form of xylophone. Xylophones.
Cabina.
Became lost shape because it was subvert your nation.
Xylophone. Plural of Zylstra. The alternative form of zymo before a vowel. Thynet. The organism responsible for a zymotic or infectious disease, the contagion vivum. Thynes. Plural of zynad. Thymase. Any of a group of enzymes that catalyze the fermentation of simple carbohydrates to ethanol and carbon dioxide. Thymases. Plural of zymase. Thyme. A ferment. Thymes. Plural of zyme. Ymic. Pertaining to or produced by fermentation. Thymine. An enzyme, especially one used medicinally. Diamines. Plural of zymin. Zymo. Fermentation, fermentational. Zymozyl. A Parkinson xylophone augmented with everyday articles such as bottles and hubcaps. Zynozyles. Plural of zymozyl. Zymocarpus. Refers to a genus of tropical American plants of the family Cucurbidaceae. Zymocidal. Capable of killing yeast. Zymicide. One who kills yeast. Zymicides. Plural of zymicide. Thymosin. A chitinase toxin present in yeast. Zymodeme. A group of pesticides with the same isoenzymes. Zymodemes. Plural of zymodeme. Zymogen. A proenzyme or enzyme precursor which requires a biochemical change, i.e. hydrolysis, to become an active form of the enzyme. Zymogene. One of a physiological group of globular bacteria that produce fermentations of diverse nature, distinguished from pathogene. Zymogenes. Plural of zymogene. Zymogenesis. The transformation of a zyme into an enzyme. Zymogenic. Pertaining to or formed by a zymogene. Homogeneous. Cause fermentation. Zymogens. Plural of zymogen. Zymogram. A strip of electrophoretic material which enzymes are visibly separated through histochemical methods, for example by zone electrophoresis. Zymograms. Plural of zymogram. Zymograph. An image produced by zymography. Zymographic. Of or pertaining to zymography. Zymographically. In terms of zymography. Zymographies. Plural of zymography. Zymographs. Plural of zymograph. Zymography. a form of electrophoresis used in the study of enzyme activity. Zymohexase, aldolase. Zymohexases, plural of zymohexase. Zamoheria, a city in Luhansk Oblast, Ukraine. Zymolydrolysis, fermentation induced by the absorption of water. Dymide, resembling a zyme or ferment enzyme. Zymolase, alternative form of zymolase. Zymolases, plural of zymolase. Zymolectin, a lectin present in yeast. Zymolectins, plural of zymolectin. Zymologic, a war pertaining to zymology, zymological. Zymological, of or pertaining to zymology, zymologic. Zymologist, one who is skilled in zymology or in the fermentation of liquors. Zymologists, plural of zymologists. Zymology, the chemistry of fermentation with yeast, especially the science involved in beer making and wine making, zymurgy. Zydolase, a commercial enzyme preparation that lyses the cell walls of yeast cells. Zymolase, plural of zymolase. Zymolysis, the action of enzymes in breaking down organic substances during fermentation. Zymolytic, causing fermentation. Zymum, alternative form of zymome. Zymome, a glutinous substance insoluble in an alcohol resembling legumin. Dymometer, an instrument for ascertaining the degree of fermentation occasioned by the mixture of different liquids and the degree of heat which they acquire in fermentation. Zymometers, plural of zymometer. Zymophagy, zymogen granules. Zymophore, the active part of an enzyme that is responsible for its function. Zymophores, plural of zymophore. Zymophore, relating to a zymophore. Zymophosphate, a catalyst that aids in the digestion of sugars. Zymophosphates, plural of zymophosphate. Zymified, a fermentation produced by bacteria, yeasts, or similar microorganisms. Zymophos, plural of zymophite. Zymoplastic, that can convert substance such as a protein into an enzyme. Zymoprotein, protein acts as an enzyme or a coenzyme in biochemical reaction. Dymosin, an insoluble carbohydrate taken from the cell walls of yeast, used in the bioassay of blood serum. Dymosins, plural of zymosin. Dymoscope, synonym of zymometer. Dymoscopes, plural of dymoscope. Dymos, inverted. Dymoses, plural of zymosis. Zymosimeter, an instrument for ascertaining the degree of fermentation occasioned by the mixture of different liquids and the degree of heat which they acquire in fermentation. Zymosimeters, plural of zymosimeter. Osmosis, a fermentation, hence an analogous process by which an infectious disease is believed to be developed. Zymosterol, cholesterol intermediate. Zymosterols, plural of zymosterol. Dymosterone, the steroid ketone cholesta 8924D31 related to zymosterol. Zymostenic, tending to strengthen the activity of an enzyme. Zymotech, zymotechnical, relating Zymotex, the applied science and technology of fermentation. Zymotechnological, relating to zymotechnics. Zymotechnologist, one who studies zymotechnics. Zymotechnologists, plural of zymotechnologists. Zymotechnology, synonym of zymotechnics. Zymotechny, synonym of zymotechnics. Zymotherapy, therapy based on naturally occurring enzymes. Zymotic, of or causing fermentation. Zymotically, in a zymotic manner, infectiously. Zymotics, zymotic diseases collectively. Zymotoxic, denoting that group of the complement to which its solvent properties are due in accordance with the supposition that it may be of ferment nature. Zymotype, a type typically of an enzyme produced by fermentation. Zymotypes, plural of zymotype. Zymexin, a chimeric toxin that has been engineered by the addition of zymogens. Zymexins, plural of zymexin. Zymosin, misspelling of zymosin. Zymergic, relating to zymergy. Zymergical, related to zymergy. Zymergist, one who studies or practices zymergy and knowledgeable brewer. Zymergists, plural of zymergists. Zymergy, synonym of zymology, chemistry of fermentation with yeasts, especially the science involved in winemaking. A brand of tobacco-free snus nicotine pouches originating from Sweden. Zenfluencer, an influencer who promotes the consumption of Zyn nicotine pouches. Zenfluencers, plural of Zinfluencer. Zenning, the consumption of Zyn nicotine pouches. The plural of Zyn. Zenterus, an online subculture associated with sports betting, frat culture, college sports, and consuming Zyn, a brand of tobacco-free snus. Thif, a language that is part of the Sino-Tibetan language family. Zeprexa, a trade name for the drug olanzapine. Cyrano, a town in Messianship, Poland. Iranian, alternative from Iranian. Iranians, plural of Zyranian. Zyrian, a Finnic language spoken by the Homi people. Zyrians, plural of Zyrian. Alternative form of Zyrian. An urban-type settlement in Sakha, Russia. Plural of Zyrian. A surname. A surname from Polish. Zygalski, a surname from Polish. Zygalskis, plural of Zygalski. Plural of Zis. Divam, obsolete spell of Zithipseries.
Free music.
Plural of Zithipsery. Zithipsery, a brewery. Zithological, relating to the science or research of zithology. Zithology is a study of beer and beer brewing. Zithophile, person who loves beer. Plural of zithophile. Zithazimase, an enzyme in yeast, also found in certain fungi. An unfermented kind of Egyptian beer. Zitkow, a surname from Polish. Zooganovrism, the form of present-day Russian communism advocated by Yevgeny Zyuganov and his party. Surname from Polish. Zywiki, plural of Zywiki. Zywij, a city in Poland. X, an ancient region located on the northern slopes of Western Caucasus. Ice, certain zinc phosphoprotein, the gene which produces ixins of zyxin. A tropical American weevil of the genus Iziva. Eta, plural of Iziva. Easy plant. Folia. ZZ plants. Plural of ZZ plant. CCCW system. Alternative from Zelius. A settlement in San Bernardino County, California, United States. Easy. A snoring sound implying that somebody is asleep. These simple past and past participle of ZZZ. Present participle and gerund of ZZZ. Oh, wait. Tenant in voivodeship. Alternative form Elodies, plural of Zlodi. A nonsensical expression connected to a song and a basketball player.